Okay, today I'm going to be going to the Storiel gallery in Bangor, and that's it. The work you're seeing now is an exhibition by Graham Greene. This was in the Storiel gallery in Bangor, and I really enjoyed looking at the different paintings, sculptures, and there was a film playing as well. All really interesting. Lots of different styles and different ideas, quite chaotic but really creative. I really like stuff like this because it really gives you the creative juices to carry into your own work, and just an appreciation of how people process the world their own way. There was also another exhibitor called Audrey West, and her work was very interesting as well. I didn't get as much footage or photographs, but I think that's because the majority of the space was taken up by Graham Greene's work. And it was very nice to wander around. It's not a very large gallery, but the amount of work that they fit into there is impressive, and it's always worth a visit. There's lots of good stories behind some of this work as well. In the film he discusses where he gets his ideas from and how he doesn't second guess his process. He doesn't really hesitate. He just charges ahead into it. That's something which I struggle with, so I really appreciate someone who can just push through and do their work how they do it. There was also artist statements, which are pieces of text that describe the artist's motivation and thought process for certain pieces, and that's always interesting to read. I really like the colour of some of these exhibits. I like the variance in colour, where some was quite muddy and moody and others were quite vibrant. Some quite clean shape design work and others were really quite loose, and the portraiture was really interesting. There were certain themes and I couldn't quite get a grasp of a rationality behind it, but I don't necessarily think you have to solve the puzzle. It's sometimes just an experience to wander through and absorb the sights. And having mirrors there was quite an interesting addition. It's something I've seen from a couple of other artists, but it's not always something which I engage with as much. Whereas I really like the different shapes and sizes of the paintings, and the bits of drawings as well really added quite a lot. I really like this space, and I appreciate the fact that it's not, when I've visited, it's not been packed in there. So I really need the space, being that I have been very cautious since the pandemic started. So I appreciate indoor spaces that aren't really full capacity or in any way busy or have much traffic at all. And as you can see, this is a very empty space. But it's really nice with glass cabinets and lots of wall space and different rooms where you can wander in. In this gallery there's also a history exhibit which is worth looking at, because it has really interesting pieces there, and I will share that on my next visit to the gallery. On this occasion, I just wandered around the actual exhibitor's work and tried to document as much of it as I could. So yeah, if you're ever in Bangor, which I do recommend visiting, it's a lovely little town. There's this incredible gallery right next to the police station, the Storiel gallery, and there's lots of really nice shops and cafes on the high street, and I've always found it to be a really pleasant place to visit. I need to explore more of the location next time I'm there. By the location I just mean there's lots of wooded area around, so I'm going to try and take some video and photographs of that to share, so that you can see some of the natural sights as well. But yeah, this was my visit. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to going back for the next artist exhibit. Okay, so that is the day done. It was a very good exhibition. I found it very interesting, and there was nice bits of video as well to check out. 2 different artists that I saw there, and the work was varied, as far as some was very abstract and odd. Some almost looked inspired by Dadaism. Other bits were more impressionistic, and just a nice, interesting mix of things. Bits of sculpture, bits of portraiture, bits of landscape, bits of still life. Very hodgepodge of work. That's not a bad thing. It was very interesting work. Seemed like a nice person. A little bit jealous that he seemed to have no filter and seemed to just do the work without any hesitation. And I think I'm 90% hesitation, 10% practice. So yeah, if anything, I should take a page out of his book and try to be more productive, try to get more done. This person through. It's nice to visit Bangor. It's a lovely little town. I will film the town more next time I'm there. I will probably meet up with Aisha J. If you don't know her, she was the first guest on my latest podcast, Good Values. Her episode is here, so check it out. There. And yeah, and it's just a nice place to visit. The weather wasn't too cold, it wasn't too windy, it wasn't raining, so I can't complain. Things like that are absolute bonuses, because there's no guarantee with the weather. And yeah, it was just really nice and enjoyable. I thought it was just a very good day, and inspiring to see a good exhibition of work. And yeah, now going into a tunnel. And I think I'd go and see the next exhibition there. I think this one, which I've just seen, which I've just shown you, is on until the 30th, which is 2 days, I think. I think this is the 28th today. And then there'll be another exhibition there, and I'll be keen to see that as well. It's an interesting little gallery. For somewhere so small, they really do capitalise on the space as much as possible. And the work is always interesting and comes with a story, which is quite nice. And it won't be too long until Petra and I will be exhibiting our collaborative work, so I'm going to start practicing I'm going to start putting together some images. So far I've been doing some digital collage work, and I need to start doing some illustration to piece it together. I'll be showing you that part of the vlog. It's going to be called Into the Fields, and I'll also just upload videos to show you some of the process. Cheers. So yeah, for now, I hope you enjoyed, and the next exhibition I will go to will possibly be a bit further up the coast, and yeah, I'll share that with you as well. So, thanks for watching.